Hey y'all, I'm Paula Deen. You know, there's nothing better than instant gratification. And today, I want to show y'all some of my favorite dessert recipes that are fast, simple, and yet scrumptious. But before we get to that, I want to take y'all to Savannah Coffee Roasters for some fresh beans to complete this bittersweet affair. And then it'll be time for us to head back to my kitchen. First up is going to be nutty coconut macaroons. After that, things are going to get fruity with my Pears Sabayon. And then I want to pay tribute to my friend May Dawson by preparing her famous sugar cream pie. And finally, my yummy blueberry dumplings. So I hope you brought your sweet tooth, cause desserts are on me today. Good morning, y'all. Today's show is all about simple desserts. Now, when we're talking simple desserts, there's nothing better than a great cup of coffee. And today I'm going to show you what I drink, and it'll pick you up and get your morning going. So y'all come with me, because we're going to go get us some great coffee. When I'm serving up a perfect cup of coffee to go with my desserts, I always start with a fresh ground coffee bean from Savannah Coffee Roasters. Now, y'all know that here in the South, we're big tea drinkers, but coffee is fast becoming a partner in our cooking culture. And Laura, the store manager, keeps an impressive inventory of over 30 different varieties. They carry the finest Arabica beans from Colombia, Kenya, and Jamaica, as well as fantastic blends like the Good Old Savannah blend and the Good and Evil blend. After you buy your coffee, it's best to keep whole beans stored in an airtight container in a cool, dry place, like maybe your freezer or refrigerator. And the sooner newly ground beans are brewed, the better. I bet this coffee is gonna be just delicious. This coffee is gonna taste so good today because it's kind of nippy outside and I can't hardly wait to make it. It's gonna be wonderful. Laura was so helpful. And you know, I decided on the Georgia pecan. It's going to taste yummy with the desserts we're making today. And before we get started on the coffee, though, we've got to get these going. And the first dessert up is coconut macaroons. And they're so simple, y'all. It takes about 10 minutes. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start by separating our eggs. We're going to do a little meringue to go into our coconut. We're going to start by beating these egg whites. And I'm actually saving these yellows because as soon as I finish with this, we're going to be making Pears Sabayon. Did I say that right? Sometimes I get real confused with that word. My southern tongue will get all screwed up in my mouth. So anyway, Pears Sabayon, or something like that, y'all. All right, now I've got my egg whites going, and I put just a little cream of tartar in that to make them really stiff. And while that's going, I'm going to come over here. This is so easy. I'm just using flake coconut that comes in a bag. In fact, on the back of the bags, you'll actually see, I'm putting about 1/8 teaspoon of salt. You'll actually find a recipe on the bag. Now, I don't know if that one calls for egg whites or not, but this is sweetened condensed milk. All right, now, so our egg whites are done, so I'm going to turn those off. And in my macaroons today, I'm going to be adding a couple of teaspoons of almond rather than vanilla. I just love the flavor of almond. Now, all we have to do is incorporate that condensed milk with our coconut, and it doesn't take but a second. All right, now we're just going to fold in our egg whites. And like I said, that's going to make it so nice and fluffy. And y'all remember, I've told you before, you just have to pick your days when you're doing meringues. Because if it's raining outside, they just don't want to make. So, these did so good today because the sun's shining and it's really, really dry outside. All right, so we're just going to kind of fold that in just like that, working our spatula down and over. Like I said, the recipes on the bags of coconut may differ. And like I said, some of them don't even call for the egg whites, but I think they do so much better. We're going to spray this lightly so our macaroons will come up easily. And I have found that an ice cream scoop works real well for this. But for the time being, I'm just going to use 2 big tablespoons. Drop them about like that. All right, I've got the macaroons on our sheet, and we're going to put these in a 350 preheated oven, and we're going to bake them for about maybe 8 minutes. I've got those in the oven now, and I've got another tray here in this oven, and they've been cooking about 8 minutes, so we're going to check and see what they look like. Oh, and they look good. These are actually a little tinier than the ones I made. I think I got a heavy hand with those that I just put in. All right, let's see how they're going to do. Oh, yeah. They're going to do nicely. Don't those look delicious? And you saw how little bit of time, effort, and ingredients that it took to make these wonderful homemade macaroons. They're so good. I can't hardly wait to have one. But we better move on over here and make that Sabayon I was telling y'all about. For this, I'm going to put 4 egg yolks into the bowl. And I'm going to put, oh gosh, just a pinch of salt and some 4x sugar. And I'm just going to mix that up. And this is one of those things that we're going to have to stir and stay on top of, or you'll have a bowl of scrambled eggs. So we're going to have to really watch and make sure that they don't scramble up on us. All right, now I'm going to add 1/4 of a cup of cooking sherry, but you can use a good drinking sherry if you want to. In fact, I would suggest that if you've got some on hand, but if not, the cooking sherry will work fine. All right, now I'm going to put it over our water. And this is something that you're not going to walk away from. So this is the boring part. It's going to take about 8 minutes, so why don't I take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have it ready. And I don't think anybody will miss just one. I so hope y'all are enjoying the show. And if you do, be sure to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll never miss a video. And we'll be right back after the break. Hey, y'all. Welcome back. And I've got this custard going so good. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to take this totally away from the heat, and I'm actually going to pour it into another bowl because we're fixing to beat some cream and fold into this, and it's going to make it nice and fluffy. And I've got a little sweetened whipped cream, so we're just going to fold this into our custard. You know, you can't go wrong with eggs and sugar and whipped cream. See how it's becoming a pretty soft yellow color now that we're mixing the white into it. Today I'm serving this as a dessert, but this is one of those dishes that you could actually serve as a salad if you wanted kind of a sweeter salad with a meal. I'm actually using pears that I canned, but you can just go to the grocery store and buy the regular canned pears, and they'll work nicely for you. And you want to make sure that you grab pear halves, not sliced pears. During pear season this year, I actually made some pear preserves, and Michael and I just enjoy eating them so much. Look there, we're just gonna dollop a little bit on there. And I've got some fresh mint here, and I'm just gonna sprinkle a few raspberries on it. Look how pretty that looks, and with no trouble, and so simple, and so easy to make. It's so good. While this is very good, I'm in a hurry to move on because I want to show y'all a recipe that was sent to me from one of my guests that come into the restaurant. Her name is Carol Rudd. So she has sent me the recipe for May Dawson's Hoosier sugar cream pie. It's nothing but sweetened whipped cream, sugar, like 1 1/3 cups of sugar. And we're going to use about 3/4 of a cup of milk. And a little flour. So we're just gonna give that a stir. People send me recipes all the time, and I can't tell you how much I love it. All right, now we're gonna pour this into a 9-inch unbaked pie shell. Now you can make your own crust, or you can just use the frozen one like I'm doing. And because we're doing simple desserts today, I opted to go with the frozen crust because we want to make this quick and easy. All right, now I've got some butter here, and I'm just going to kind of pinch it up and just drop it all over the pie. I'm doing it just like Carol says she does it. And now I'm going to just grate it with a little nutmeg, and this almost makes it taste like an egg custard pie. There's nothing like fresh nutmeg. It's so much better than the ground kind that you buy at the store. All right, now I'm going to put this into a 450-degree oven, and I'm going to let it bake for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to turn the oven down to 350 and let it cook another 25 minutes. And it's going to be a little jiggly, so you'll want to be careful when you put it in your oven. Woo, you've got to have a steady hand. And in the meantime, I've already baked another one, and I've got it sitting right here, and it should be nice and cooled. It is. It's just a wee little bit warm, but not too much. I think we can go ahead and cut it. Now, I'd like to show y'all a little trick that I use when I'm cutting pies, because you know you can sometimes mess it up trying to get it out. So I'm going to show you how I like to get that very first piece out. But of course, if it messes up, that's all right too, because then that makes it legal to eat before the family gets to it. Now, some people like their pies cut in 1/8. Some people like their pies cut into 1/6. I don't have to tell you what we do at my house. So all I'm going to do with these scissors is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to snip right through that foil. So you can see that the pie just kind of slips away. And that makes it easy for me to just slip right in and lift out that piece of pie. Yum. It looks great, doesn't it? And you know, I don't even have any fresh whipped cream to serve on it. So you know what I think I'm going to do? I had some custard left over from those pears. I'm going to come over here, and I think I'm going to get just a little bit of that and get me a couple of cherries going here. We'll use a little piece of mint on it too, just to make me feel like I'm eating my vegetables, you know, and eating healthy. Look how pretty that looks. Oh, Carol, this looks so good. It's delicious. Coming up next, y'all, blueberry dumplings. I hope y'all are enjoying the show, and I want to hear from you. Tell me what recipes or videos you'd like to see me make by just leaving a short comment below. Now, let's get back to the show, y'all. All right, y'all, it's time to make those blueberry dumplings. I just love the word dumplings. You know, when you hear that word, you know it's going to be decadent. And these are, we're going to add 1/4 of fresh blueberries into a medium-sized saucepan. We're going to add a cup of sugar. And for your water, now it depends on if you like a lot of liquid with your dumplings. You can put anywhere from 1 cup of water to 2. And I think I'm going to use about 1.5 cups. That looks about right. And I'm just going to give that a stir. So I'm going to put the lid on so that'll boil faster. And the next thing we're going to do is just make up our dumplings. And it's so easy, it's just not even funny. We're going to start with about 1 cup of flour, a teaspoon of baking powder, a little bit of sugar, and just a pinch of salt. And I'm going to just incorporate those for a minute. And then we're gonna cut a stick of butter into that little bit of flour. Now you can do this a couple of different ways. You can use a pastry cutter or you can use a fork. And we're just gonna kind of cut that in until it looks like a real coarse cornmeal. That was a good bit of butter for that little bit of flour, wasn't it? You know it's gonna be so good. Let me check on our blueberries because we can't put our dumplings in until our syrup is nice and bubbly. We want a full rolling ball when we drop our dumplings in. All right, so now I'm just gonna add the milk and give that a quick stir. And they're gonna be kind of just a little sticky. This is so good on a cool night. Michael loves a bowl of ice cream, but when the weather gets nippy, it's nice to make this and you got your hot from your dumplings and your cold from your ice cream. It's a great combination. All right, let's check on our blueberries. Ooh, we're to a nice rolling ball. So we're just gonna take our dumplings and just drop them down in that liquid. It looks like a grape soda, doesn't it? And with dumplings, we don't want to stir. We want to just shake our pot and get them down in there and make sure they're all covered good. All right, now I'm going to turn that down a little bit. And all we're going to do is put that lid on there and let it cook for about 20 minutes. And I'm not going to raise the lid. As I'm working here in the kitchen, I may just give it a shake, but I'm not going to open it up and stir it or anything. But in the meantime, I've got another pot ready. Oh, look. It's piping hot. Oh, look at those dumplings. Is that gorgeous or what? I think I just swallowed my tongue. Oh, my gracious. I just love those dumplings. I'm gonna get me out one more. Oh my goodness. Now you can't eat this without ice cream. I just love ice cream with my dumplings. And I've got some vanilla ice cream right here. And here we go. How gorgeous is that? And I'm gonna need me a spoon for tasting. And I'll cool it off with that ice cream a little bit. I wish y'all were here. It is so wonderful. What am I doing next? I can't even remember. The perfect cup of coffee to go with this perfect dessert. I so hope y'all are enjoying the show. And if you do, be sure to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll never miss a video. And we'll be right back after the break. And I told you I was going to show you how to make the perfect cup of coffee. This is called a French press, and it's amazingly fast. Now we're just going to take our lid off, and we have ground up our beans, and I'm going to put 3 tablespoons in ours. Now we're going to take our just boiling water and pour it over our grounds, just a little bit. And we're going to let that steep, depending on how strong you like your coffee. And I'm going to go ahead and push the cylinder down. All right, so let's see what we've got. Oh, now that's just the color I like it. A nice medium brown. You can't get any quicker than this. And I've got a little sweetened whipped cream, but you can use a frothy milk that's real good on it. You know, I live with a man that's got the biggest sweet tooth. And it's important to me that I have some desserts around for him to eat on without spending my whole day making them. Michael and Michelle, his daughter, love those coconut macaroons. Now, for those real chocolate lovers in your house, you can take these luscious little macaroons that we did and you can dip them in chocolate. And the Pears Sabayon are delicious. You can also use them as a salad. And the Hoosier sugar cream pie, so good. And the blueberry dumplings will truly knock you into next week. And I hope that y'all are able to use some of these recipes from today's show. And I hope they'll fit into your lifestyle just perfectly. So until next time, America, I send you love and best dishes from my kitchen to yours. Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.